Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. I'm still observing here a possible 1-2 setup with an A, B, C expanded flat pattern, which is unfolding here. That overshooting B wave and the C wave in the making now. Relevant bullish support is 48 cents. That is the last reliable bullish one. Below that, I've only got 41 cents left, which is the 88.7 fib level. Really the last exit on the motorway for the bulls. The very last turnaround possibility actually, based on the fib levels. Below that, I have 31 cents, but when price comes down all the way to that level, it is very likely that it's going to take it out. So we need to have a bit of a warning level that tells us that this bullish setup is most likely not going to work out. And based on probabilities, that would be the 48 cent level, 48.5 cents, the 78.6 retracement. What it means is essentially that below that, the wave 2 is not invalidated. This 1-2 setup, which could lead to a third wave, is not invalidated, but it will become much less likely. And it's the warning that the bears are certainly in control, and that MATIC failed to rally in an impulse here to the upside, that it was indeed just all highlighted in orange in the alternative bearish count, a correction. And it would now be heading down in a so-called ending diagonal structure to finish off this bear market. That doesn't mean that below 31 cents, it has to go to 5 cents or 10 cents. It could literally just be one more tiny lower low before it turns around. Essentially what that means is we need to wait for a signal anyway. We really need to wait for a signal that trend is shifting. And in this video, we're going to talk about what is that kind of signal. And it just means that if we get invalidation, that we cannot expect a third wave rally to start. If we get invalidation of this 1-2 setup, it would be another wave 1 which would start then, okay? So therefore, this 31 cent level is so important. The bullish support levels matter in a way that we say, okay, probabilities will shift towards a more bearish scenario that also 31 cent is going to be taken out if 48.5 cents is broken. However, we just need to be watching for possible reactions at these support levels. If there is no reaction, it would have more bearish implications and would rather suggest, yeah, okay, we're going to take out 31 cents as well. What I can give you only are the relevant support levels where price has a chance to turn around. I can tell you while I record this video, how does the trend look? What are the relevant resistance areas? What are the invalidation points and possible targets? Okay, so looking at this structure here, we're currently looking at this as a wave 4 still in the making. No change from what I said on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it seems to be unfolding as a triangle at the moment. An A wave so a triangle consists of 5 waves. A wave 4 unfolds quite frequently as a triangle, which is why I considered that option already quite early, especially if I see corrective structures to the downside, corrective structures up, down, yeah, then a triangle is a likely option. Normally, you shouldn't really focus on triangles too early because they can always change and morph, but I just wanted to make you aware that this could easily be an Elliott wave triangle, and it seems to be following that wave count at the moment. It can still change, it can still morph, because this is a correction. It leaves a lot of room for interpretation. Certainly possible that this wave 4 is going to go a little higher in some kind of a more extended WXY correction, for example. Yeah, but the relevant level where we look for resistance is 71 cents. So if price breaks and sustains above 71 cents, then it would put a bit more emphasis on the idea that, right, MATIC might have bottomed here already in the entire correction in all of wave 2, but really only if we break and sustain above 71 cents. I would then, in addition, like to see the following things. I would like to see a break above 79 cents. That's where the volume started the sell-off. Going above it would have bullish implications because there are likely a lot of stops of short sellers placed. In addition to that, what I would like to see is a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ideally 5 waves above 79 cents. Then we can look for an ABC pullback, and if it's holding a higher low, then we have our reversal setup. Yeah? At the moment, there's simply no evidence for it. It moves in a very corrective fashion. You could call it a bearish pennant, which is suggested to head down lower. And if it breaks below the B wave low here, around 55 cents, it is a confirmation that it's heading down lower in a 5th wave to around 48 or 41 cents. And looking at the triangle on the micro level, it seems as if yesterday's top formed the high in the C wave. And we can calculate targets. Just look at if that was, it is possible certainly, but you know, in terms of Fibonacci extensions, yeah, it reached the 38.2 Fib extension, the earliest, basically the very first target of such a wave. Ideally would always be the 61.8, but they sometimes don't get there. So yeah, maybe this was the C wave top. If we now come down in a corrective way in a D wave, and then go up higher in an E wave, make a lower high, this could be the last wave of the triangle. But as I said, they can always extend, you know, this is just tracking it basically. You don't really have a great edge with Elliott wave within a correction. You can only define the parameters where the correction is most likely going to go to and where it shouldn't, you know, go beyond. And then we can look at some possible wave counts here in between, but within a correction you always have more than 1, 2, or 3 wave counts possible due to the yeah, just the corrective nature. I mean, there are over 10 different corrective patterns in the Elliott wave. There's really only one impulse, which is why in an impulse you don't really have disagreement between analysts, but in a correction you can have quite a lot of debate. Alright, that's my update about MATIC. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.